These are Epictetus's 20 Stoic tips to mastering yourself, which is very exciting because Epictetus was the master of this. He had mastered himself, and the way he presents his advice, so practical, so understandable. So this will really help you. Today's episode is powered by Huel. Let's jump into the episode. Number 1, confidence and caution. Epictetus said we need to have confidence in that which is outside of our control. So confidence in the universe, and caution about the things we do control, our internal world. So we have confidence because we do not control the universe. We have confidence that it is going as it should, and that we're going to accept it as it comes. As the Stoics say, amor fati, love your fate. But have caution about your internal world, how you respond to the external world. So be cautious about your opinions, the opinions you have about people and events and things. Be cautious about the desires you have, the things you move towards, the things you want, the things you like. Be cautious about the things you move away from, your aversions, the things you dislike. Be cautious about this internal world and how you respond to the external world, because this is your fortress. And it's important to think about the way you're reacting to the world, the way you're behaving in this world. It's important to test this and grow and change and improve each day. But the external world, just have confidence in it that it's going as it does. Number 2 is the dichotomy of control, is to understand where to put your focus. Epictetus says some things are within our power, some things are not. Within our power, our opinion, our motivation, our desire, our aversion. And in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power, our health, wealth, reputation, office. And in a word, whatever is not of our own doing. Put your focus and attention to the things you do control, and stop trying to control this external world, because it will lead to stress, resistance, and it will lead to you feeling defeated. Number 3, endure and renounce. Endure what you irrationally fear or find aversive using courage. Renounce or abstain from what you irrationally crave through discretion and discipline. Endure your fears. Endure them using courage. Have the courage to endure them. But renounce and abstain from things that you irrationally crave using discipline. So you want to be lazy, you want to act on bad impulses, you want to do bad things. Renounce this. And just remember these 2 words, endure and renounce. And endure the hardships, renounce the things you find alluring. Number 4, know yourself. As the Delphic written inscription, the Delphic oracle said, know thyself. Epictetus says, know yourself. This is one of the greatest pursuits you can have in life, is to know yourself, to understand yourself, to have time with yourself. Give yourself that time, because this day we're so busy doing so many things like scrolling TikTok and watching Netflix and arguing on Reddit and Instagram and Facebook and X, Twitter. We're so busy doing these things, and we're asking ourselves questions every day, like, who am I? What is my purpose? What do I like? Who do I want to be? How should I respond to this? Should I stay in this relationship? What job should I have? Do I even like this job? We ask all these questions, but we never give ourselves time to answer it. So find that space to know yourself, to learn yourself. Answer the questions you keep asking yourself every single day. Number 5, what would have become of Hercules if there was no Hydra, no boar, no stag? What would have become of Hercules without all his challenges? Well, Epictetus said Hercules would have rolled over in his bed. He would never become this great hero. And that's the same with you. These challenges are forging you. You know, the sword is forged in the fires. And so are you. You're forged in the fires. You're growing from all this. As long as you do not give up, you will keep growing from these difficulties. You're like Hercules. And these difficulties you're going through right now are the trials of Hercules, or Margaret, or Mary, or Daniel, or Noel, or Nigel, whatever your name is. These are your trials, and you're growing from them. Number 6, the kinship to God. Epictetus, says things about if you're going to a brothel, remember that God is watching over you. There's a fragment of divinity within you. So you're doing these bad things, you're doing them with God is there watching over this. You're doing these bad things. And I always like that little passage because Epictetus was quite humorous about these things, and sometimes sarcastic and witty. But the point is, if you're not a person of faith or religious or even that spiritual, is just to realize that you do have a divinity within you. It's your pure soul, the good within you. Maybe that's the young version of you, the childhood version of you that was innocent and wanted to do good in this world and wanted to be good and wanted to help change the world and make it a better place. But somewhere along the line, you lost it. You didn't lose it. You just silenced it. You pushed it out with all this material stuff. It's still there, and it's always there. And just remember that. It will always be there. So when you're doing all these bad things, you're just squashing it and squashing it and squashing it. Start to give that voice a space to speak. Give it the freedom it deserves. And you start to realize you are a good person. You're capable of good things. You just keep blocking all this good out because you believe what people say about you, you believe the media, and you just buy into all this rubbish. You're a good person and you're capable of good things. Number 7, question your impressions. Question your impressions. Always. When things happen, difficulties arise, people irritate you, just question this. Is this really a difficulty? Maybe this is a stepping stone? Do I need to be annoyed about this? Do I need to get involved about this? Is this person true? Is this person correct? Am I the one in the wrong? Just question these things before doing something silly. Number 8, man is revealed in difficult times. We are revealed during difficult times. It is the difficulty that reveals us. Without the night, we'll never see the stars. And it's true. Man is revealed during difficult times. You'll find out things about yourself when you go through great difficulty, and it will lead you to your greatest growth. So when you're going through difficulty, just remember this. As long as you don't give up and become defeatist and pity yourself, you'll start to notice great things about yourself. And that's all. That's the truth of life. Just don't pity yourself, as the great Michael Segru said, Dr. Michael Segru, all men suffer, but not all men pity themselves. Number 9, no threat to me, just parts of me. Epictetus kind of makes an extreme statement, someone's arguing with him saying, what if they cut off your legs? He says, well, then they cut off their legs. Did I ever say I was a man that could not have his legs cut off or his head cut off? What if they exile you? Or did I ever say that I could not be exiled? What if they put you to death? Did I not say that I was a man that could die? What they can never do, and he says, even Zeus can chain me up, fetter my legs, but they can never take my will. Zeus can never take my will. They can never take your will. You always have this. And, if someone harms your reputation, they haven't harmed you. They've harmed your reputation. Because your internal is you. If you've hurt your leg, you've hurt your leg. You haven't hurt you. The part of you that is invincible. So no matter all the pain you go through, you can always choose to have this part, to always be you, to be a good person. No one can force this away from you. Even Viktor Frankl talks about this in Man's Search for Meaning during his time in the concentration camps. He talks about, they can take everything from you except the last of the human freedoms, to choose how to respond in any set of circumstances, to always choose to do what you know is right, to always choose to be you, despite what happens in the external world. A quick word from our sponsor, Huel. I really like Huel. When I was writing my book, I was using Huel to power me through every single day. When I had my daily greens, when I had my meals, when I had my shakes, it stopped me from going to the shop, buying a load of rubbish, buying a load of unhealthy food, wasting loads of money. And these things do add up. Those quick journeys to the shop every day, the money adds up, the unhealthy foods add up, the wasted time adds up. So if I ever get those cravings, I grab a Huel and it fills my cravings. I feel good, it tastes delicious, it's quick and easy. And if you have any interest in the Huel products, then check the link in the description. Let's get back to the episode. Number 10, scary masks. Epictetus says, things are just scary masks. Pain is just a scary mask. Fears are just a scary mask. Worries are just a scary mask. Because they're never the thing that they actually seem to be. We put this scary mask on them because we avoid them. We make them so scary that we don't have to face them. But like Scooby-Doo, if we could just take their mask off and see what they are underneath, we'll realise they were never that scary to begin with. Number 11, do not lie. Do not lie. Seek the truth, as the Stoics say. Do not lie. Do not lie to others. Do not lie to yourself. Lying is not helpful. Lying is the easy way out. If someone is aware of your mistake and they try to point it out to you, you can either own up to that mistake and improve from that mistake, or you can lie. Which one's easiest, but which one leads to more growth? And the same as with lying to yourself, which I think is even worse. Because sometimes lies can be justified to people, but I don't think you can justify lying to yourself. Because it's just the easy way out. It's avoiding the truth. It's avoiding growth. So, you want to work on starting the dream of your life. You want to become a singer. And you say, no point practicing today. Today's not a good day. I'll start Monday. I'll start in the new year. Today is not good because I'm cold. The weather's not good. Whatever. Oh, I'm busy. You keep lying to yourself. You put off your dreams. You're only punishing yourself by lying to yourself to make yourself feel better, but then you ruin your life. Don't lie. 12, be content to be thought foolish. Be content to be thought foolish, as Epictetus says. The master was once a beginner. On a journey towards progress, you're going to make mistakes. It might be embarrassing, but it's the only journey there. And anyone that's going to criticize this or mock this, it's foolish of them. Because you're in a pursuit to growth and they're just sitting there mocking you. Number 13, acta non verba, which is Latin. It means actions, not words. Everyone's getting on being a keyboard warrior, talking about how to do this. You should do that. They should do this. They shouldn't do this. I'm better than you. You're worse than me. But what are you actually doing? It's about your actions. It's about who you're being. That's the most important thing. And yeah, getting online and telling someone they're wrong and winning the argument online might make you feel good for a brief moment, but it doesn't make you good, which is more important. Number 14, premeditatio malorum. Epictetus says when we go to the public baths, remember that people splash, people shove, people are rude. These things happen. We should use premeditatio malorum, which is the premeditation of difficulties and evils to lay ahead. Just remember that these things happen in life, because Seneca said it's the unexpectedness that adds to the weight of these things. When we don't expect them, they become worse because they're thrust upon us. We're not prepared. But we prepare for these things. We meditate on these ideas. We know that these things may happen. We know we could lose our job. We could miss our boss. That person will be rude. We prepare for them. And we're ready for them for when they do happen. 15. Sickness is for the body. When you're ill, which I am right now, when you're ill, it might affect your body. And it might make you feel bad. It might give you pain. But it is only for the body. It is not for your soul. What I mean by this is it can't stop you from being a good person. It can never do that. It can never stop you from being you. And it might make life a bit difficult. It might make it tricky, but you can always choose to be you. You can always choose to do what is right, despite how you feel. Number 16, don't pride yourself on an asset that is not yours. Do not pride yourself on an asset that is not yours. Do not pride yourself on your horse, the beauty of your horse, the strength of your horse, because the horse is not yours. These things, the beauty of the horse, the strength of the horse, are the horse's own. So don't pride yourself on these things, all these material things. They're not yours, they're borrowed. What is yours? The thing you control. Your character, that's yours. Pride yourself on this. Pride yourself on how you behave in this world, how you treat others. Number 17, everything is borrowed. Nothing lasts forever. Everything is borrowed. Don't expect to hold on to everything forever. And I'm not talking about materialistic things. I mean relationships. Relationships fall. Relationships crumble apart. Or they end in death. Nothing lasts forever. Which is unfortunate. But it's the truth of life. What the pain comes when we try to hold on to these things, believing that these things will last for eternity. They won't. Be prepared to let these things go at any time so that you will enjoy them and be present with them whilst they're here. Number 18, it's not things that upset us, it is our opinion of things, which, this one quote sparked whole therapeutic schools of therapy. It's had a huge impact on modern day therapeutic techniques and psychological therapies. It's not things that upset us, it is our opinions of these things. So if someone says something, it's not the actual thing that upsets us, it's our interpretation of this. Something bad happens, it's not the bad thing that's happened to us, it's the interpretation of this. And you might say, well, no, I lost my job and that's upset me. It's not the losing of jobs that upsets us, because people lose their jobs all the time. It doesn't upset us. It's the way we interpret this. It's our opinion of this. So I'm not saying that losing your job's not going to affect you in some sort of way, but just remember that you're complicit in being upset by it. You're deciding that this thing is a pain, this thing's upsetting you, this thing means your life is falling apart. It doesn't mean that. It's just a little blip in the road. Number 19, do not hand your mind over to people, because you'll be upset if they took your body, but you allow them to handle your mind in any way. And what I mean by this is you hand your mind over to people that anger you. You do things you don't want to do because you're angry. You do things you don't want to do because they've insulted you. We behave in ways we wouldn't want to. We behave in ways that make us feel shame because of certain people. We're handing over our minds to them. And then some people annoy us, and we let them live in our heads rent-free for months. You're handing your mind over to them, which is your greatest asset. Do not do this. And number 20, settle on the type of person you want to be and stick to it, whether alone or in company. So you want to follow all these rules. You want to be a good person. You want to be an honest person. You want to follow truth. You want to follow virtue. Do these things no matter where you are, no matter who you're with. And this is what I like about people, the great athlete, they train as hard as they can whether no one is watching. These successful business people, they do the work regardless of who is watching. Because you're always watching, you're always there, and you're observing the way you act in this world. So be good, do good, stick to it. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope it was helpful. This was episode 47, Stoic School, with the author of The Everyday Stoic, my book, which just explains how to use Stoicism in your life so practically. And it has exercises you can follow, has great advice and personal anecdotes through my Stoic journey. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day.